What's up, party people? This video here is just a couple of things I want to go over about the Amber Guyger case, and I wanted to touch on some things that I've been seeing in the comments. And one of the big things I've been seeing is, well, make no mistake, I am not delusional. Okay, I am fully aware that there's a possibility that Amber Guyger could get away with this, whether she's acquitted, found not guilty, or however else, or any other way that she might be able to get off. That we'll just have to look at our justice system. But unfortunately, as we all know, our justice system is flawed. It's very flawed. I'm gonna get back to that in a minute. One of the other things that I've been hearing in the comments is, you know, that this is race-driven, and that she's a racist, and she's the devil, and she's the monster. And the only thing I can say about that is, to be honest with you, and this is truly being honest with you, I don't know. Because I don't know her personally. I don't know her personally. I don't know anybody she knows that I could get what type of character Amber Guyger has. She could be the devil. She could be the female version of David Duke. Or she could be Mother Teresa. She could be the sweetest person in the world. Either way that goes, I don't know, because I do not know her personally. The only thing I go off of is she committed a crime, and whether and how she takes responsibility for that crime. That's the only thing I could go off of, and so far, she committed a crime, she killed an innocent man, then she lied about it and tried to cover it up. So that's as much of a characterization that I could put on Amber Guyger right now, honestly speaking. If she's the devil, don't know, can't tell you. If she's racist, don't know, can't tell you. Maybe she's a scorned lover, have no clue, ain't seen no evidence of it, so I can't tell you. And I don't know her personally. So I'm only going off of what I know for a fact. And right now I know for a fact that she shot Botham John in his apartment. She lied about it, and she tried to cover it up. And now she's trying to get away with it. That's what I know for a fact. Okay? And as far as, oh, well, if the situation was reversed, if it was a black cop or a white shooter or a white victim, then it might be different, or you might feel different. I have already done other videos about there being no disparaging between Caucasian victims, Latino victims, or African American victims. Police brutality is across the spectrum. There are white unarmed American citizens being shot, there are black unarmed American citizens being shot, and there are Latino unarmed American citizens being shot. I did a video about it with some examples of that. I think it's the Nike video. The Nike video. So if you get a chance, go to my channel, look at the Nike video. And I brought up some cases of Caucasians, unarmed, being shot by police officers. So I'm not really looking at the racial aspect of it. And more importantly, like, okay, some people might get mad at me for bringing this up, but let's talk OJ. Now, we all know OJ killed them people. We know it. We know OJ killed them people. He was there at the time of the incident. Then he tried to run. Well, whether he tried to run, kill himself, whatever he did in that Bronco, whatever episode that was not the action of an innocent man. We know full well he killed them people. But our justice system acquitted him. Was I happy about that? Hell no. He's a murderer. Do I believe Nicole Simpson's family or the Brown family get justice? Hell no. They got robbed of justice. Absolutely. But karma has a way of catching up with you. Catches everybody. And he did end up going to jail. It wasn't for the murders, but he did end up going to jail for the robberies. But he was acquitted for the murders. And the big flaw that I mentioned in our justice system is if you got either the right money or the right lawyer or the right people backing you, you can almost get away with anything. There's too many examples out there of guilty people getting away with it because of either their influence, their money, or the people who they know. That's the major flaw in our justice system. So I go hope for the best that Amber gets the full extent of her jail time. Excuse me. I can hope for the best that Botham John's family finds justice. But in the end, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the justice system says. And the whole thing about it is like, okay. Now, we all, like I said, we all know Amber lied in her statement. But just giving her the benefit of the doubt. Because this is the way I ran it through my head. All right? Giving her the benefit of the doubt, I put myself in her place. So I'm coming home. I'm pulling into the garage. Now, I've been living in this apartment complex for 2 years. So there's assigned parking in this apartment complex. She parks on the 3rd floor because she lives on the 3rd floor apartment. So I'm coming home. I'm Amber Guyger. I go up one, I go up another, park. That's the 3rd floor. Now, if I've been coming home every day for 2 years, that would in some way, shape, or form become routine. I go up one, I go up another, park. Like right now, the apartments I live in, I've only been in for 6-7 months. And we don't have assigned parking. But I know my neighbors on that side have a maroon SUV. My other neighbors, the Jamaican cats, have a black car and a white car. My neighbors on that side, that family has a black SUV. And there was another family on the other side of him who drove a white car, but they ended up moving. And I know this because I park next to these same cars pretty much every day, every single day. So I'm pretty familiar with who I park next to when I get home. So going back to Amber's case, for 2 years, you've been parking in your assigned parking space. Maybe you skipped a day or not, but you pretty much been going to the 3rd floor, upper ramp, park. But for whatever reason, this night, you go upper ramp again, and then you have to find parking because because Botham was home, so if his car was in what she thought was her parking spot, she would have to find another parking spot. But either way, not to get too detailed in it, is it possible that could happen? Possibly. Is it likely that could happen? Possibly. So let's move on. I saw a video of somebody walking from the garage to Botham's apartment. And like Bunny said, it's a pretty good walk. You got to walk down some hallways, make some turns, and walk down another long hallway. So once again, put myself in Amber's shoes. I'm walking down the hallway, bust a turn. I walk down another long hallway, and not once do I ever notice that all the numbers on these doors are saying 14. Is it likely? Maybe. Possible? Maybe. All right. So now I'm headed toward my door. Now, I know about where my door is. So unless I'm walking blindly and using a force or something, I'm looking in the direction that I'm going, and I see that where my door is, or where it should be, there's a bright ass red rug in front of that door. If you're looking where you're going and you know, okay, past that pillar or past these doors, my door is right there, why is there a bright red rug in front of my door? Well, at least that's what I'd be thinking. Now, is that likely? Nah. If you're looking where you're going and you're looking up the hallway, you have to see this rug. And you will notice where this rug is in this hallway in front of your door. So is that likely? Hell nah. Is that possible? Hell nah. That's where you're starting to lose me. But let's move on. She walks up to the door, pulls out her keys, and puts her fob into the door. Now, at this point in time, she is standing on the red rug. So you have to look down to put your fob in the key, but you never notice that you're standing on a mat. Like if I come home, I don't have a welcome mat. So if I come home and I'm standing in front of my door and I feel something under my feet, my instinct would be to look down and see what the hell is this I'm standing on. Now, you could say, well, that's just you. Likely? Possible? Nah. Because you're standing on the mat. If you're in front of the door, this is by her own statement. If you are in front of the door with your key fob in the door, you are standing on the bright red mat. And it still never dawns on you to maybe look around and get a position of where you are. I'm sorry. Just getting up to that point, you missed going up a whole nother ramp. You missed parking near cars that you should be either familiar or unfamiliar with if it's assigned parking and you're parking next to these cars every single day. You missed all the numbers going down the hallway. You missed the bright red rug as you're walking up the hallway, sitting in the middle of the hallway, which I'm quite sure is not on the third floor. And you missed standing on that red rug. Now, just up to that point, for you to be a special or a severe crimes officer, you would either have to be high, drunk, or just the densest police officer there is. You would have to own one of those three. For us to believe Amber Guyger's statement, there is no way you could miss all those signs and call yourself an effective police officer. Because your attention to detail sucks. Now, this is going by Amber Guyger's own statement. If we're to believe what she was to say, she would either have to be high as hell, dense as hell, or drunk as hell. And we know she wasn't drunk. She might have been high, or she's just that dense. But if you're not any of those three, that means that you intentionally went there and shot that man purposely. It's one or the other. You either gotta claim one of those three, or admit you went there and shot him. But there is no way for us to take that statement and not feel that there is something wrong with her ability to her attention to detail. There's no way. So just up to that point right there, She lost me. She lost me. Like I said, I don't know why she shot Botham. I don't know why. Like, could have been a lover's squabble. Could have been racial reasons. Could have been that she is a monster. Could have been just a bad decision. A bad decision at a bad time. Thing is, I don't know. Only two people know. One of them's dead. The other one's lying about it. That's just a fact. That is coming from her. She chose these actions. You can't get mad at everybody else. And these are things she chose to do. So, like I said, I can only hope that the John family gets justice. I can only hope that she feels responsible enough to accept responsibility for her actions. I can only hope that the justice system convicts her with a just penalty. Same thing with OJ. There's always a chance of an acquittal. We hope not, but I'm not delusional about that. And that right there is pretty much one of the main things I wanted to talk about involving this case. All right? So just to recap, I'm not delusional. I don't know Amber Guyger's character because I don't know her personally. So I can't judge on her character. And I don't know what's going to happen in this trial. I can only wait, see, and hope for the best. All right? That's about it for now. I hope this clears some things up. If y'all, as always, you want to pitch in, add your 2 cents, you want to debate with me, not argue. I'm not going to argue with you. We could debate. Just make a comment down below, and y'all be blessed, be safe. 1.